Taking a small boat into a big body of water is probably not a good idea, but a Hudson man did just that and has a world record to prove it.
Now, against the advice of the Coast Guard, Ralph Brown pushed his flats boat through waters anything but flat. And tonight, Tampa Bay 10 News reporter Catherine Burge explains why he did it.
At a small boat building business in Hudson, they have some big dreams.
Yes, it is my dream.
In fact, the name of Ralph Brown's company is Dream Boats Incorporated, and he's hoping this model
It's an Intruder 21.
will launch his business into the big time.
We took some established ideas and we improved on them dramatically.
Brown says this flats boat can travel in water less than 6 inches deep and still handle a sizable chop.
If you get off 10 miles offshore in our boat and a storm comes up, you just come on in. No big deal.
And last spring, he and his brother set out to prove those claims. In May, the Browns motored from North Carolina to Bermuda, and then from Bermuda to New York City Harbor.
Home of the brave.
Along the way, they encountered porpoises.
Oh, cool.
And some 9-foot waves.
And long into the second night, they were real big, real big.
Brown says they got wet, but the boat did just fine.
We felt very safe the whole trip. Absolutely felt very, very safe.
And this month, the Guinness Book of World Records recognized the voyage.
Guinness World Records. I think that's pretty cool.
Now Brown is confident his record-setting boat will float the boat of prospective investors and buoy his business.
I plan to compete with the big boys.
In Hudson, Catherine Burge, Tampa Bay's 10 News.
Now, along with the Coast Guard, the wives of the two men weren't too happy about the trip. And in case you're wondering, the Intruder 21 with motor and trailer runs about $29,000. And if you have a unique story or question or comment, you can call our newsroom direct or email us at 10news@tampabase10.com.
I kept telling my husband that some guys took a flats boat to Bermuda. He didn't believe it. He's like, no.
Nobody would ever believe
Nobody
it.
would do that. Who would do that?
But it's been done. It's
Pretty
been
sure
done.
they didn't use dead reckoning. They made it alive.
That's right.
You got that right.
Some boats can handle a chop, and some boats can run skinny. Yet some boats can't do either. We like to think ours does both.
How would you like to take a cruise from Morehead City, North Carolina, all the way out to Bermuda, and then after refueling, on to New York City? Some 1,500 miles of open ocean. High adventure? Oh yeah, especially since you'll be making the voyage in a flats boat. This flats boat, an open boat only 21 feet long. Flats boats are designed for sheltered water, not the open ocean, which for designer and builder Ralph Brown wasn't good enough.
Basically spent 2.5 years dreaming about a better way to make a boat. And my wife finally said to me, either do it or shut up. She thought I was going to shut up. Here we are 4.5 years later with a boat that can run in very shallow water, at the same time handle rough seas without feeling like that your life's in danger.
And that's what Ralph set out to prove, the seaworthiness of his design. A tunnel-hulled catamaran, it draws only a few inches of water. The hulls and gunnel are designed to cast waves and spray away from the boat, so it's remarkably dry. And the hulls are filled with closed-cell foam, so it's theoretically unsinkable and is self-bailing. So with hundreds of gallons of extra fuel tankage, emergency supplies, and satellite phone, Ralph and his brother set out on their unprecedented and risky odyssey. As anticipated, it wasn't smooth sailing. They encountered up to 8-foot seas on the voyage and weighted down with all that extra fuel and provisions. They didn't make the speed they had planned for, but they made it over 1,500 miles of open ocean.
Have you proven what you set out to do?
Absolutely.
How?
This boat, in my opinion, is the world's most seaworthy flats boat. I mean, it runs in 4 to 6 inches of water and easily handles, 8-footers.
Bob Height on the Nautical News Beat for News Channel 8.
Certainly some brave souls. By the way, Ralph and his boat are now safely back at his shop in Hudson. His voyage is apparently a world record, and he's hoping to have it recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. We wish him well.
Good luck to them.
Hi, I'm John Fox. A lot of you may remember me from television. For 28 years, I was on ESPN, Fox, and a number of television stations throughout America with two of my television series. One was The American Angler, the other was Outdoor Adventures. Had an opportunity to fish with lots of big celebrities on my show that just enjoy God's great outdoors like I did. Walter Payton, Johnny Bench, Terry Bradshaw, just to mention a few. Well, guess what? After 25 years, they've talked me into doing another television series, and it's called The Senior Outdoorsman. When the networks called me about it, they said, you know, John, there's nothing on television like The Senior Outdoorsman. You can't do what you did when you were 35 years old. And there are a lot of seniors like you, the fastest growing population in America, that want the same thing that you want. So I'm going to tell you some of the things I wrote. There's been lots of boats on the market, including Skeeter that I was with for over 25 years. But there's nothing ever been developed on the water that's more suitable for a fisherman than this boat. Safe, you can't turn it over. Number two, I've had as high as 3 and 4 people on the side of it. It won't even tip, it stays steady, okay? It's because of the hull design, which is exclusive on this boat, okay? One of the things that you'll also appreciate, or at least I did, is that you hadn't got to have a 250 or 300 horsepower engine that costs $20,000–$25,000 to run it. We've got a little 60 horsepower engine on this boat that does everything that you need to do. Economy, performance, it does it all because of the design of this boat. I'm going to tell you this, I made Skeeter #1 in the boat business, no question about it. I'm going to make the Intruder boat #1 for fishermen, especially on the coastlines where we've got real shallow water to run into. Water that's 6 inches deep, water that's a foot deep that you can't get a conventional boat into, where a lot of fish live to get away from the fishermen. But with this boat, I can get in there to them, just like in an area right here, and I can catch those fish that other people can't catch. Take it from me, John Fox. The Intruder, it's a winner, and it will be, I promise you.
Dreamboats Incorporated has room for a limited number of qualified investors. This is a time-sensitive offer, so call now while you're thinking about it, before you forget about it.